Usually opts for his multi-million-dollar car collection, which includes multiple gold vehicles. These flashy golden cars include a gold Rolls-Royce Phantom worth an estimated $8.2 million. He also has a golden Lamborghini Aventador worth $7.5 million, a Porsche 918 Spyder with a price tag of $5.8 million, and a gold Range Rover Vogue expected to be worth at least $3.2 million. He also has a Lamborghini Veneno Roadster worth $4.5 million. When the car was released in 2014, only 9 were ever produced, and he had the car gold-plated for an unspecified but probably extravagant amount of money. But the most expensive golden vehicle he owns is a Mercedes-AMG G63, worth an astonishing $9.6 million. His other non-golden, how dare he, luxury vehicles aren't really any less impressive. He has an Aston Martin 177 worth $1.9 million that was once thought to be the most expensive car in the world. It gets his name because there are only 77 of these cars in existence. His Bugatti Veyron Grand Sport is another unique addition to his collection. It's got a strange reptilian body, can reach speeds of 250 miles per hour, and it cost the prince $1.7 million. He also has a LaFerrari worth $2.1 million and a sleek Ferrari F12 Berlinetta worth $1.5 million. Okay, enough about the cars. What about his fleet of tanks? Prince Fazza owns an extraordinary collection of luxury tanks. Is that a thing? Yeah, beloved by the rich. They can plow over any terrain, from sand and mud to snow, and they're also military grade and nearly indestructible. The prince has been spotted using them for joyrides in the deserts of Dubai. These ripsaw tanks cost $495,000 for a single-seat model, $545,000 for 2 seats, and $595,000 for 4 seats, in case you were thinking of buying one. Since the prince seems to love to drive in any terrain possible, he's also got quite the collection of amphibious cars. The prince used to be a big fan of the Python, but now he's upgraded to the next best thing, the Panther. Though the Python can reach a record-setting speed on water, about 60 miles per hour, it has an enormous $300,000 price tag. The newer Pythons are even faster, but they're also cheaper and expected to cost $135,000. See, that's affordable. The prince spent $800,000 in total on multiple Panthers to add to his collection to get a head start on the water vehicle trend before they officially hit the market. For a more relaxed time on the sea, Prince Fazza also owns a few luxurious super yachts. One of them is the $70 million Esmeralda, but his most expensive yacht that he bought in 2013 cost $180 million, and it has everything he could possibly need on water, including a gym designed by Usain Bolt, several pools, and a personal spa, and a helicopter landing pad. And of course, the prince also has his own private plane. He uses the Boeing 747-400, which cost about $260 million. The Dubai Royal Air Wing has a fleet of them that can be used by members of the royal family. However, he also likes to fly first class on Emirates, which costs a minimum $600 per hour of flight time. Tickets across the globe can easily exceed $20,000 each. So there's one last question. How has the prince racked up such an impressive personal net worth? Does he really work for his money? Well, of course, there's Zabeel Investments. The private investment company helps keep personal money in the prince's pockets, and the company has invested billions on buildings and construction projects. But obviously, most of the prince's net worth is thanks to his connections as a member of the royal family. While most of Fazza's hobbies are just for fun, he's incredibly talented and takes part in a lot of competitions. He's an award-winning horse rider, semi-professional skydiver, and an accomplished athlete. He's also a talented poet and photographer, and is the founder of the Hamdan International Photography Award. With so many incredible hobbies and millions to spend on them, he doesn't seem to spend much time in the office. But if you were a royal, wouldn't you do the same?
Saudi billionaire Turki bin Abdullah has a $22 million car collection that will make your jaw drop. The uber-wealthy royal never misses an opportunity to show off his gold-plated supercars and luxury cruisers, and he even racked up some hefty parking fines when he was driving his whips around London. The globe-trotting prince is reportedly linked to the House of Saud, which at the time of writing was worth an estimated $1.4 trillion, so the parking fines didn't upset him too much. Here's a look at some of the fabulous gold supercars owned by Turki bin Abdullah. Prepare to be amazed. The most expensive gold car in Turki bin Abdullah's collection is his spectacular Bugatti Veyron. Bugatti Veyrons typically sell for $1.9 million, but when you wrap a Veyron in gold, expect the price to go way, way up. Bin Abdullah's gold-plated Veyron is worth an estimated $10 million, and it always turns heads when he takes it out for a spin. The Veyron might just be the most impressive supercar ever built. Bugatti developed the Veyron completely from scratch, and barely any parts or components from existing car concepts were used in its production. It's the pinnacle of supercar performance. The Veyron can reach a top speed of 408 kilometers per hour and is equipped with an 8.0-liter quad-turbocharged W16 engine. The powerful engine puts out more than 1,000 horsepower and can propel the Veyron from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 2.5 seconds. Not every car in Bin Abdullah's collection is an ultra-fast supercar. If he wants to cruise around in something a little bit more classy, he opts for his gold-plated Rolls-Royce Phantom Coupe. The $4 million masterpiece has a top speed of 250 kilometers per hour and can go from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 6.1 seconds. Sure, it's not particularly fast, but that's not the point of owning a Rolls-Royce. It's about cruising in style and showing off. Bin Abdullah's 18-karat gold-wrapped Rolls-Royce is just as nice inside as it is outside. The luxurious interior of the Rolls-Royce Phantom Coupe is decked out in the finest leathers, woods, metals, and fabrics. It really is the finest saloon car on the market. When Bin Abdullah wants to go off-roading, he hops in his Mercedes-Benz G63 AMG 6x6. His $2.5 million G63 6x6 looks right at home tearing through the sandy dunes of Saudi Arabia's deserts. Bin Abdullah even posted a video of himself racing alongside a camel in his G63 6x6. With a top speed of 161 kilometers per hour, the camel didn't stand a chance. The AMG was only on the market for 2 years, so even the ones that aren't gold are fairly rare. Bin Abdullah's massive fortune likely came from oil and gas, so it might seem a bit strange that he owns a Porsche 918 Spyder. The limited production mid-engine plug-in hybrid comes equipped with a 6.8 kilowatt-hour lithium-ion battery pack that delivers an all-electric range of 19 kilometers. Bin Abdullah's 918 Spyder is not only gold, it's green too. The $1.5 million Marvel is incredibly fast. It has a top speed of 340 kilometers per hour and can go from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 2.6 seconds. What supercar collection would be complete without a Lamborghini? Bin Abdullah's Lamborghini Aventador SV is not quite one of a kind, but it's close. It's one of only 500, so it's no surprise it's worth $1.2 million. The gold wrap really makes this supercar stand out, as do the car's iconic scissor doors. Bin Abdullah took his Lamborghini Aventador SV for a spin in an upscale part of London and was slapped with a $110 parking ticket. But he wasn't bothered and continued having his lunch. $110 for Bin Abdullah is like a penny to us regular folks, so it's no surprise he was unfazed. The Fuzz also slapped a ticket on Bin Abdullah's G63 6x6 the same day. They must have been jumping for joy when they saw the gold cars parked on the street. Bin Abdullah's clearly a fan of Lambos because he owns a gold-plated Lamborghini Huracan. The $1 million beauty is equipped with a V10 engine and an electronically controlled all-wheel drive system that makes driving the supercar a breeze. Every Lamborghini is a work of art, so it's no wonder that Bin Abdullah is so fond of these spectacular supercars. The Bentley Flying Spur is one of the more affordable luxury cars on the market. The base price is just $187,000. However, Turki Bin Abdullah wanted to take his Flying Spur to the next level. What better way to do so than to wrap it in gold, of course? Bin Abdullah's $500,000 Bentley Flying Spur has a W12 engine that can generate 616 horsepower, so it's both powerful and flashy. A typical Range Rover Vogue is about as unassuming as you can get. However, the same can't be said for Turki Bin Abdullah's Range Rover Vogue. It's obviously wrapped in gold, but it also has a high-end Haman Motorsport tuning package. The $500,000 SUV has 322 horsepower instead of the standard 272, and is equipped with massage seats and a refrigerated storage compartment. The Range Rover Vogue can reach a top speed of 210 kilometers per hour and go from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 8 seconds. Not bad at all for an SUV, although if he's in a rush, Bin Abdullah will have to take one of his Lambos. Not every car in Turki Bin Abdullah's car collection is gold. He also owns a modest Maybach 62 worth $450,000. He likely drives around in his Maybach 62 when he wants to go under the radar. While the Maybach 62 is a classy car, it's certainly not going to turn heads, especially if it only has a standard black paint job. There is a gold Maybach 62 out there in the wild though, but it's not owned by Turki Bin Abdullah. Dragon's Den star and entrepreneur Theo Paphitis reportedly owns a $57 million Maybach 62. Yes, $57 million. Both the interior and exterior of Paphitis' Maybach 62 are covered in gold. Talk about extravagant. Not everyone can afford a gold-plated supercar like Turki Bin Abdullah, but it's actually possible to take a ride in one even if you're strapped for cash. London-based taxi service MyWhip actually offers passengers a chance to be chauffeured around in a gold-plated supercar. It's entirely up to chance though. There's a 1 in 100 chance of being picked up in a gold supercar like a McLaren or Lamborghini. Looks like Turki Bin Abdullah isn't the only one traveling in style. Here's an interesting fact. Did you know that Turki Bin Abdullah has a pet cheetah? He even lets the big cat sit passenger side in his supercars. We wonder how he keeps the fast cat calm when he's cruising down the streets. Bin Abdullah is not the only wealthy Middle Eastern billionaire who owns a big cat. Lions, tigers, and cheetahs are extremely popular with uber-wealthy royals in the Persian Gulf.
Gold cars, $50 million dowry, $500 million divorces, and real gold C-3POs are just some of the ways Arab royalty flex their billions. Dubai's president, Abu Dhabi's emir, and supreme commander of the United Arab Emirates' army, Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan, flashes cash in one of the world's flashiest cities. To stand out in the city with the world's tallest building, Burj Khalifa, you have to do some spending. $15 billion is the bankroll as of the end of 2021. Here are some of the purchases. Cars, 200 of them. He has a bullet and bomb-proof $1.2 million Audi A8 LM and a purple $147,500 Mercedes-Benz A63. In terms of Lamborghinis, he has 7 Gallardos, 13 Huracans, and 2 AT100s. There's a hefty McLaren section in Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan's garage, 13 P1s, and 3 4.720Ss. He's got 7 Laferanos. Those go for 1.5 to 7 million apiece. A Koenigsegg Lykan Hypersport, many Mercedes and Bugattis, as well as many other models of the aforementioned brands. And the estimated value of his total collection, $120 million of the United Arab Emirates' second president goes to a private jet, the RS-860 Glory. It seats 5 in an uber-comfortable throne room type setup in the cabin. And just on the other side of the partition is a California kingpin for long naps filled with dreams and dreaming. Is there more? These guys, there's always more. Sheikh Khalifa owns the world's largest yacht, the Azam. The 590-foot ultra-sleek vessel costs an estimated $605 million. The construction, operation, and maintenance of this massive private ship by Germany's Gods has created jobs for over 4,000 people. Its impressive size makes it almost comparable to a cruise ship. Sheikh Khalifa occasionally stays at Ascot Place in Windsor, Great Britain. Bought in 1989 for $1.7 million from King Flick. These 400 acres are surely worth quite a bit more than that now. And the lake, water, and estate cottages must be a pleasant change from the sandstones as well as the hustling bustle of Dubai. But apparently, the English water was not quite up to royal standards. So he had underground tanks installed and had them filled with the mineral water from the spa town of Evian-les-Bains in the French Alps. Not coincidentally, this is where a great many other Abu Dhabi royals live. Gotta keep up, right? His famous neighbor at Ascot Place, the Queen at Windsor Castle. Oh, you know, the lady in all that Canadian his cash being tied to owning prime English real estate and has over 1,000 tenants. He owns more square feet of living space in London than the Duke of Westminster. You know, Prince George of Cambridge's godfather. That guy. Dubai's VP and Prime Minister Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum has pretty fat pockets himself. One of his biggest expenses, $500 million to his ex-wife Princess Haya of Jordan. Probably spent too much time out falcon hunting. Hope it was worth it. Sheikh Mohammed rolls around in a $250,000 white G63 AMG Mercedes #1, meaning it was the first one off the production line. That's worth pennies compared to his golden car collection. He's got a $5.8 million gold Porsche 918 Spider, a gold $7.5 million Lamborghini Aventador, $9.6 million gold Mercedes AMG 63 truck, a $3.2 million gold Land Rover Vogue, a $1.4 gold Godzilla Nissan GTR, which looks like it belongs on a servant tray, a $3.2 million gold Ferrari 360 Modena, an $8.2 million gold Rolls Royce Phantom drop-head coupe, and crown jewel, a customized 24-karat Rolls Royce that looks like it belongs in a Batman film, which costs a whopping $14.2 million. I wonder if racing purist Ettore Bugatti would be spinning in his grave if he saw Sheikh Mohammed's $9.2 million gold Bugatti Veyron. Personally, I prefer his $10 million candy cane red and white Veyron Pegassi edition. Like the Rolling Stones, Sheikh Mohammed loves horses. So much so, he founded the global racing team Godolphin and its highly successful stallion operation, Darling. They have farms in Kentucky, Ireland, and Australia. They have over 100 race horses worth well over $8 million, including horse racing hall of famer Art Miller. He celebrates his horse racing victories on his $400 million yacht named after his country, Dubai. The world's third largest private yacht at 531 feet has a lobster tank and a disco, perfect for a night of bisque and breakdancing. These Arab billionaires know how to party. But okay, enough about Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum's gold. Let's move on. The Emir of Qatar has more money than Queen Elizabeth, with a $2.1 billion fortune. Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani rules with absolute monarchy. And while some people treat themselves to Baskin Robbins when they want to spoil themselves, Qatar's ruler treats himself to listening to Rick Ross's Maybach music in one of his dozen Benz S600 Maybach luxury sedans worth $516,000 apiece. He switches it up with his white $100,000 Lexus LX 570 for the rental Bodegas and $240,000 and for that show-stopping intention of $500,000 Okay, it's only a third of the price of Joe Biden's beast, but it's not pretty. When it comes to gift giving, there's generous, and then there's this guy. He gives presents worth more than the Buffalo Sabres NHL franchise. He gave the Turkish president Recep Tayyip Erdogan a $400 million private jet, a Boeing 747-8. Inside it has a stateroom, a boardroom, and a hospital. It was to confirm Thani's special love for Erdogan. I wonder what the Turkish president got the emir in return. When Busta Rhymes rapped about Arab money, he was probably talking about people like Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani and his $500 million Al Hussein yacht. Look, we like Busta Rhymes, but Busta could barely afford to fill the tank with his $20 million net worth. Is this 400-foot, 800-ton sea beam that is the epitome of opulence? It's only the 33rd largest private vessel in the world. Earlier we was abolished in Egypt in 1953. Nassef Sawiris is an Egyptian billionaire wealthy enough to be pharaoh, with a current net worth of $8.1 billion. He is the second richest man in Africa after Olufemi in Nigeria. With his cash, the Cairo kingpin bought himself a $70 million co-op in the world's priciest city in terms of real estate, New York City. The purchase of 960 Fifth Avenue for that price is the largest deal for a co-op in that city's history, topping David Geffen's $55 million Fifth Avenue purchase in 2012. Now that he lives right next to Macy's, he has 5 fireplaces for Santa to come in, 14 rooms for him to walk through for cookies, and a wrap-around terrace so he can look down at Central Park when he's watching live-action version of Friends, or Sex and the City if that's his thing. Details on this family's Cairo properties are very tight secret. He drives a relatively conservative $52,000 2019 Audi Q5. A little boring compared to the other cars we've seen in this video, but he makes up for it with his 240-foot Yala yacht, worth a hefty $80 million. And not just one, but 2 Gulfstream G650 private jets, worth a hefty $70 million apiece. That's more like it. Oh, how nice it would be to be able to sit on a couch while flying to New York City.